My name is Kassidy, and today I'm going to show you the Desert Shores neighborhood in Las Vegas. Today we are going to drive through a neighborhood that is known as Desert Shores in Las Vegas. It's technically in Summerlin on the west side of Las Vegas, but it's on the eastern edge of Summerlin, bordering Buffalo, Lake Mead, and Cheyenne kind of border Desert Shores. And there are 4 man-made lakes here in the neighborhood, which are really beautiful, which we're going to see here in a second. There's about 3,500 homes here, which were mostly built in the 90s. So let's go take a look. So right now we're in the south part of Desert Shores, known as South Shores. And we are just pulling up to our first view of the lake, which is, we're on Mariner Street right now, and the cross street here is Regatta. And as you can see, you get your first view over here of a beautiful man-made lake. Here you can see down to the shopping center, which we're gonna drive around there and check that out. There's a dock here, a little boat ramp, some benches. It's just a really beautiful neighbor here in Las Vegas. You've got views of the mountains all around, especially to the west and to the north. And you've got nice wide streets with bike lanes and wide parking on either side of the street. Now there's many different subdivisions within Desert Shores. Some of those subdivisions, like this one here, which is the Desert Shores Racquet Club, is going to be a guard-gated community. Guests have a pass to get in quick, but it's a guard-gated community, and many of those houses are on the lake. So the houses in here, like I said, are built in the 90s, most of them. And you can get a house in Desert Shores right now in 2022 for under $500,000 if it's off the lake. And that might be a 2,200 to 2,400 square foot, 2-story, 4-bedroom. If you want something on the lake, you're going to be spending just under $1 million, up to 3 or 4 or 5 million. You do have some townhouses inside of here in Desert Shores Racquet Club. Coming up to the bridge over the main lake, Lake Jacqueline. You can see there to the north, and you can see here out to the south and the east, and you can sort of see the community center right here, which is not a community center, it's a commercial shopping center, the Lake Suites. And there's like a wedding venue in here, and there's 4 good restaurants in here. 2 of them are fancy, expensive restaurants, relative, and 2 of them are really pretty inexpensive and good food. So whether you want to get dressed up and go out for a nice dinner, you've got Marché Bacchus here, Bacchus, I don't know how to say that really. And it's got actually a wine store inside of the restaurant. So that is a really fancy schmancy French restaurant and wine shop. And you've got the weddings and events office, which you can plan and host your wedding here at the lake, which is really beautiful. Here you've got the Buena Vista Mexican Grill and the spa next to it. In the spa there is a salon. And right over here, you've got Americana restaurant on the lake. Really nice, fancy, a little expensive, but you're sitting on the lake and it's gorgeous and great service and good food. Now over here is the Village Pub and Casino. They've got multiple locations in Las Vegas, I think 11 or 12 locations or so. And they're actually, I like that place a lot, even though it smells like cigarette smoke inside and it's no view of the lake. I still like it because it's inexpensive bar food and it's pretty good. biscuits and gravy and stuff. Now, right over here, you've got the Lagoon Park and Boat launch. And the park is actually opening for the first time for the season this Saturday. It's open on weekends. It's open to, and it's available to Desert Shores residents have access to the park. But it is a really neat park. It's got a basketball court right here on the lake, a sand beach volleyball court, and it has a swimming pool that is actually a sandy beach swimming pool, which is right on the lake, and it's just really cool. And again, residents of Desert Shores community have access to that park on the weekends with a pass. So that's a pretty cool perk of living in Desert Shores. Not to mention, you've got these great trails where you can go jogging and walking around with your dog. People are pushing strollers. Now, you can fish in the lake. One fishing pole permitted per fisherman, woman. So right now we're turning off of Mariner onto Soft Winds. We're in the south part of the Desert Shores neighborhood right now. And, but I was talking about the fishing in the lake. So you can fish in the lake. You can't use a net or a spear or anything like that, but you can use a fishing pole and you can fish in the lake, and it's a catch and release only. Nice view of the lake there. Here you can see as you're driving west here, you've got a lovely view of these mountains out to the west, which are the Spring Mountains. Mount Charleston is a little ways north of there where we're seeing right now. And just south of there is Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area, which is about 15 minutes from here in Desert Shores. So in just 15 minutes, we can be over in Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area hiking, or in Calico Basin, which is just outside of Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area, which is also nice hiking and does not require a pass for entry. You can just drive into that neighborhood, Calico Basin, and park. And I'll do a video on Calico Basin as well, because people ought to know about that. It's a really special neighborhood. So now we're driving north on Harbor Island, and we are in the middle of the Desert Shores neighborhood. Houses back in 2011, 2012 would sell in here for $150,000 for a 4-bedroom house that today will sell for $450,000 to $550,000, depending on updates. Now you can see over here that many people do have their own boat. Folks that live on the lake will have their own boat that they will take cruising around. You're not allowed to have a gas-powered boat motor, but you are allowed to have an electric-powered motor on the lake, which many people do. You can also take a paddleboard out there or a kayak. I don't see many people doing that, but I see them out there on their boats, and it looks really fun. But one thing I really love about the Desert Shores neighborhood is you just see people walking around, jogging, walking their dogs. There are doggy baggy stations everywhere. People riding their bikes, people pushing strollers, families walking together. It's a wonderful neighborhood in Las Vegas. And there are guard-gated communities, there are gated communities, and there are non-gated communities all throughout Desert Shores. Here's a good view looking back south along the lake. Again, you see people's boats docked outside their houses. And you can still get into a house on the lake occasionally, rarely, under $1 million. But that's going to be a smaller house, probably no swimming pool, maybe a little dated and needs some updating. But we'll cruise through one of the little subdivisions here. So let's pull into one of these subdivisions. That one's gated, so we're not going to be going in there. There are 4 lakes in total. One of them is really one big one that's split in 2. So there's sort of 3 lakes, but one of them is split in 2, so there's technically 4 lakes. And if we cruise into this Shoreline Estates here on Channel Bay, you'll see a lot of 3-car garages. Of course, you're going to have a homeowners association in this neighborhood. In fact, you'll probably have 2 homeowners associations, because you'll have your sub homeowners association for the subdivision that you're in, and then you'll also have a master plan community of Summerlin North that will you'll pay 2 separate monthly or quarterly homeowners association dues to those homeowners associations. They'll range anywhere from under $100 to maybe $400 or $500 I've seen in here. I don't think I've seen anything higher than that. To get higher than that, you get into the country club, guard gated communities, and also the high-rise luxury condominium communities in Las Vegas will have a homeowners association dues into the thousands, over $1,000 easy. And but in here, single family houses, homeowners association dues will range from under $100 to $350 to $450. I think is the highest I've seen in here. As you can see, it's a lovely place to just come and sit on the bench and watch the geese and the birds and the ducks, walk your dog, walk with your family, and then just enjoy this beautiful neighborhood. And on 3 sides of this neighborhood, really 4 sides of this neighborhood, you're bordered by streets with many different commercial options as far as banks, grocery stores, gyms, restaurants, things like that. Just outside this neighborhood on Lake Mead Boulevard, you're going to find all that. I mean, just 2 or 3 minutes from here, drive. And also Buffalo. Buffalo is a main road that runs north and south and spans pretty much all of Las Vegas, north-south. Here we're back, looking back over at the shopping center. There are turtles in the lake as well, which is fun for little kids and big kids alike. Back around to the south end of Desert Shores. Well, thanks so much for checking out this video, riding along Desert Shores with me. If there's anything that I can do to help you out in Las Vegas, please reach out. My contact information will be in the description of this video. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this channel, especially if you'd like to see me profile other neighborhoods in Las Vegas. You can comment below and tell me which neighborhood you'd like to see, and I'll go drive it for you. All right, thanks, bye.